Hey, I'm Mega. The PS3, DS, Wii, PSP, and Xbox 360. All systems I own the Toy Story 3 game on. I love Disney movie tie-in games. Or should I say, games. They no longer exist, just like the reunification of Germany. But both should make a comeback, so let's discuss.
Just to make myself very clear,
What the fuck?
a Disney movie tie-in game is a game that ties in with a Disney movie release.
Oh, that felt nice to say.
Just like not for resale games, everyone's played a Disney movie tie-in game.
No.
There are tons of these, usually released across various platforms too. Take, for prime example, the Toy Story 3 game.
Of course!
It released on the PSP, PS3, Xbox 360, Wii, DS,
And those are only the ones that I own. There's still versions on the
PC, PS2, Mac, Leapster, and V-Smile.
I found out what a V-Smile is thanks to the Toy Story 3 game. It truly is the best of them all.
The whole point of making your game for a bajillion
10.
different systems is for availability, which is definitely what a Disney movie tie-in game should strive for. After all, they're movies for all ages,
With a parent or guardian.
so they should be made available on all possible systems. Except for the PS3, Cars are just too scared to rival Sackboy.
You never know what system a kid may have, or if it could even upgrade from a previous generation. This leads me on to what most, if not all of these games are. Cross-generation.
I wish I had the confidence of Ratatouille, releasing on all of the systems from one generation, and then all of the systems of the next generation, including handhelds, and the PS3.
I had to buy it out of sheer respect.
But the big question still remains. Why should these games return? Was there a reason they just sort of vanished at the start of the 7th generation? Why?
2 minutes in, I think I'm prepared to answer.
So picture this. Any animated movie, or hell, any film at all that I watched when I was little, I wanted to be in their worlds, pretend to be the characters featured, so to be able to play a game of said movie, it was the best idea.
Second to putting Ratatouille on the PS3.
I have 3 Disney movie tie-in games myself, Up on the Wii, Wall-E on the PS3, and obviously, the various platforms of Toy Story 3. By far, I have the most fond memories of the latter, though while I was younger, I only had the PS3 version.
It's disappointing looking back.
All 3 of these games are Disney Pixar movie tie-in games though, which it seems have the best quality.
I'm not surprised. This game is amazing.
They usually have the same structure, following the plot of the movie through various in-game areas, such as Andy's room, Venice basement, etc. But there's also other modes, such as the multiplayer side modes in Wall-E, and the big toy box in Toy Story 3. I truly think if we saw the Toy Story 1 or 2 games on later hardware, we would have seen the toy box idea earlier, as it's really cool to just have this sandbox, as well as the whole plot of the movie.
This all adds together to create a strong experience. A game you buy because, well, the movie was good, but all the modes just hook you.
Not to mention, they just allow you to see more from your favourite movie scenes. Sure, in every Toy Story movie you can get a decent glimpse of Andy's room, but to transport it to a 3D, explorable environment for you, it really adds so much.
I was inspired to spend more minutes talking about this about 2 months ago, when I first watched Soul. It would have been just so cool to just go between the real life world and the Great Before, as it would have allowed for so many unique game mechanics.
Okay, so that's why they should return, but why did they leave?
Great question! You can explain.
Everyone remembers being a kid with a 360, PS3, or Wii. Really iconic consoles. But that's the thing, a kid. By the time you got a PS4 or a Wii U, you were starting to grow up a bit. Only a few got the 7th generation systems upon release, and those few million that did were likely adults.
That's my perception anyway. I didn't have a PS4 at all during its decade of chosen release. As I said before though, kids couldn't just immediately upgrade and buy a new console, which makes sense why the 6th generation stuck around for so long. Hell, I still play the PS3.
So with that being said, do I think they will return?
Honestly, it's debatable, since most of the studios who worked on these games are now defunct.
The developers of a Toy Story 3 game, Disney Interactive Studios, were made defunct 5 years ago, which really sucks. Big companies just see more worth in licensing out their properties to other existing studios, or having cheap mobile games made. Most kids these days have smartphones instead of PS3s or Wiis, so the comeback of tiny games releasing on actual consoles, now it's as likely as it will ever be, but it's still super unlikely.
Well, there go my hopes and dreams out the window. Well, not dreams, I still have that, but I have no hope for Disney movie tie-in games returning. So, what's next on the chopping block? Oh god.